Hello and welcome back to another part of this series of Diamond Art. If you'd like to see the full playlist, then please head to the playlist titled Diamond Art and I will put all the ones similar to this one there. Alright, we seem to be doing this nice section with a bunch of branches and lots of colours, so whoop for us. As we see this happening on the screen, I'm going to carry on and yap about statistics that I made for myself in terms of hours that I worked at before and after school care. So to preface this, I got the 3 different sites for before and after school care during the term time, and then for school holiday program we have an additional site called Site P, and Site O does not have school holiday program, and the kids that go to before and after school care for Site O come to Site E for school holiday program. So based on that, in 2025, because this is the first year that I was there for the whole year for school holiday program at Site P, I spent 47 hours at Site P. So at Site P they have AS and CH, so they are split up into AS and CH. So CH means that they will go to Site E and then join the kids at Site E for CH. Then AS means they will go pick up the kids at Site E and then Site O and then go and do an activity and be back by 3 p.m, which is when parents can start picking up the kids at Site P. And the good thing at starting at Site P is that it is always a longer shift at like 10 hours, but it makes you really tired, and start time is anywhere between 7:30 to 8:30 and finish time is 6 p.m or whatever time it takes for the last child to be picked up. But if it is after 6 p.m, which is when school holiday program day finishes, then there is a fee of $50, which is expensive in my opinion, but I guess it also encourages parents to pick up their child before 6 p.m. In 2025 for Site B, we spent 52.5 hours at after school care, which is the least out of the 3 sites for after school care. So why it has 0.25 or 0.50 or 0.75 at the end is because sometimes you end at 15, 30 or 45, and so that's where you get the 0.25, 0.5, 0.75 and then 0, of course. And then 92 hours for before school care. For Clubhouse we spent 40.75 hours there. That means staying on site during school holiday program, starting at 7:30 and finishing before 3 and any variations in between. Then for AS, apparently I started there for 7.5 hours, so that's pretty cool. Moving on to Site O, in 2025 we spent 125.75 hours there for after school care and 110 hours for before school care, and that's during term time. Then for Site E for 2025 we spent 193 hours at after school care and only 4 hours at before school care, because apparently I was switched between Site O and Site E for before school care, which is interesting, but I guess the statistics reveal itself. Then for CH we spent 26.5 hours there, so across the 3 sites in the year of 2025 we spent 372.25 hours. Then before school care we spent 306 hours, and for Clubhouse CH we spent 67.25 hours. So that is the stats that we have on how long I spent at each site. Also in 2025 we had 7 weeks where I couldn't do before and after school care due to practicum for my Bachelor of Teaching degree. So yeah, pretty cool stuff in my opinion, but that is the statistics that we have for how long we spent at each site in 2025, not including 2024, just in 2025. So I feel like if we had those 7 weeks where I couldn't go to practicum, couldn't go to before and after school care because of practicum, it would have been, the hours would have increased, but what can you do? Not much. So yeah.
Alrighty, if you'd like to see more of these